Good afternoon and welcome into the First Alert FastCast. My name is Brittany Schmidt. I'll be taking you through some of the stories that we're working on today and following some major news coming out of Milwaukee today. Governor Tony Evers signed a bill that would expand the Amber Alert system for missing kids here in the state. And I want to bring you a little bit more information about the reasons behind this recent push. This isn't the first time the legislature has tried to change the laws regarding the search for missing kids. But there's two children that are behind this recent push, and I want to bring them forward for you. So this is Prince McCree. He is a 5-year-old in Milwaukee. He disappeared last year. His case did not meet the requirements to issue an Amber Alert because, again, we've talked about this before. An Amber Alert can only be issued when it meets certain strict criteria. The child has to be under the age of 18. They have to be in imminent danger. And there has to be enough information about what might have happened, whether it's an abduction or details about a suspect or a suspect's vehicle. So it has to meet all of those requirements. For Prince McCree, his disappearance, his call for help did not rise to the level of an Amber Alert activation within the state. Again, the Department of Justice has to be the department or the agency that issues those. McCree was found dead the next day. And I'm sure you remember 10-year-old Lily Peters. She was reported missing in Chippewa Falls in 2022. Her case didn't meet the requirements of an Amber Alert either. She too was found dead the next day. Their deaths highlighted a glaring gap in the system when it comes to missing children in the state. But now their cases are helping to change that. Today, Governor Evers signed into law the Prince Act. He signed it this morning at Prince McCree's former school in Milwaukee. This new law doesn't change the Amber Alert criteria, but what it does do is it expands the state's current Silver Alert system to apply to certain children, even if the certain criteria regarding their disappearance is not all available. Wisconsin Act 272 will allow an alert to be issued for a missing child under the age of 10 if the case is not covered by the Amber Alert. It will allow authorities to notify the public faster of a missing child in the area and get the community involved right away. Under this bill, a Silver Alert could also be issued for a missing person under the age of 18 who has a cognitive or physical condition preventing them from returning home on their own. The author of the bill, State Senator LaTanya Johnson, says there's still some work to be done. She plans to ask for more funding for the Department of Justice in the future because there is still that gap for kids between the ages of 11 and 17 where there isn't an alert mandated for someone who is reported missing in that age group. She wants to make sure that there is something on the books for every child under the age of 18, no matter what. So McCree's parents were there today. Here's how they reacted to the signing of the bill this afternoon. Let me bring that in here for us really quick so that you can hear directly from them what this means to them.
When my baby went missing, it was a disaster. So when we tried to look in for help, there were certain criteria that wasn't met for us to get the help that we needed. But Senator Latoya Johnson and our legislation, they helped us bring in something that would take those criteria away for the help to help find those missing children. And it's world changing. Any child that could be saved should be saved, and the least amount of time it takes possible.
Hopefully, his name out here gets known as a hero for all these other kids, because no other kid out here should have to meet criteria like this and have to wait so long just for them to get looked for. I'm just happy that this is getting signed, and it's just amazing. And hopefully this right here helps everybody in the world. They don't have to worry about nothing. They ain't got to worry about waiting so long just for their child to get, looked for. They have everything that they need right away. Send out emergency stuff right away. So, thank you, everybody.
I think it's very clear to say that Lily and Prince will be known as heroes because of their cases have led to this change in the law to try to close some of these glaring gaps in the system when it comes to searching for missing children. Another story we are following this afternoon is about the future of the Oshkosh Arena. It remains uncertain tonight with the building now up for sale. Local leaders today expressing hope that a new owner will energize an area the city was hoping would be a major destination for entertainment. People talk to Jason Zimmerman and he's hearing from them and they say they want it to be successful. They want the arena to be booked at least 200 days a year. They're hoping the new owner will have entertainment experience and the knowledge to make that happen. So we'll have more on this tonight for you on Action 2 News at 4, 5, and 6. Now let's take a look outside here. If I can get my mouse to move, there we go. Cloudy skies all across the area here. Here's Oshkosh, cloudy. Let's go over to Shawano a little bit. Clouds over there. And then of course here in Green Bay, we've got some cloud cover as well. So let's bring in meteorologist Keith Gibson with us to tell us a little bit, now that we're past the lunar eclipse and all that excitement, what does the rest of the week kind of look like for weather, Keith?
I don't know, is there anything left after the lunar, or the solar eclipse, Brittany,
Right.
the solar eclipse? I don't know.
Oh, yes, yeah.
So much excitement yesterday. Now we're back to reality. But let me just tell you, things are looking really good for tomorrow. We have some more spring-like weather coming our way over the next 7 days. Not saying that we're totally done with snow, but it's looking that way at this point. The snow pile in my front yard is about this big right now. Let me go and show you the satellite and radar right now. Speaking of the clouds, we do have a lot of cloud cover. There still could be a few showers across the Northwoods later today into this evening. Most of us will not have any rain, but temperatures are primarily in the 50s, low and mid 50s, even a few upper 50s, and we'll probably add a few more degrees before the afternoon is done once we start to see some late day clearing. But 50s now. Let me just walk you through the next 24 hours so we are well versed on what's to come. Again, a few showers possible across the north this evening. Otherwise, quiet. We'll be cooling down into the 30s and low 40s for lows tonight. Light wind. A lot of sun tomorrow. A few friendly clouds. Look at our forecast highs tomorrow afternoon about 4 o'clock. Away from the lakeshore, upper 60s to around 70, Brittany. It is going to be a great day. It is going to be a fantastic day if you have to do any chores or if you want to be out and about looking really good. I do want to bring our next weather maker to the table here. That system down in Texas, that is going to be coming up to the Great Lakes Thursday and the Friday. So as nice as tomorrow is going to be, we'll have rain return Thursday, and that will continue into Friday morning. The wind will pick up too and be very gusty by Thursday night, Friday morning. Some locations near the lakeshore could end up with around an inch of rain, and Friday morning we may have some wind gusts up to around 40 miles per hour. But that will get out of here just in time for the weekend. And aside from a few late day showers Saturday, most of the weekend right now is looking pretty decent. So by and large, we're moving forward. A couple of speed bumps there, but nothing we can't handle.
Right, exactly. We just can't get rid of that wind.
Yes, and one of these let me just say this, anytime one of these spring storms happens to move through the region, they like to produce a lot of wind. We had the one last week. This is going to be a very similar storm, only we're just going to be much, much warmer, so we won't have the wet snow, we'll just have the rain and the wind. And we may have another bigger system with some rain and wind by the middle of next week. We'll get one of these every couple of days this time of year, and our next one will be Thursday, Friday, but at least we're not going to have to worry about shoveling snow and probably not any major power disruptions either. But we'll have to watch those wind gusts Friday morning.
All right, sounds good. Thanks so much, Keith. We'll see you later. All right, that wraps up our afternoon FastCast. Again, we'll have more on the Prince Act later on in Action 2 News at 4, 5, and 6. And we'll tell you a little bit more about why this isn't the first push to change the law regarding missing children in the state. So we'll have a little bit more on that. Of course, following other stories as they come into our newsroom. Thanks so much for joining us. I'll return you back to Local News Live, and we'll see you later on Action 2 News at 4. Have a good one.